Week 17 also featured another game that will serve as a rematch as we enter the wild card weekend. The Packers entered the Arizona desert with the only defensive player to ever win a Heisman Trophy. Charles Woodson was determined to show us why. Here he picks off Matt Leinart, who came in the game for Kurt Warner early in the second quarter. Woodson returns at 45 yards for a touchdown. Packers lead at 26-0. Leinart would throw 2 interceptions on the day. Here, Aaron Rodgers would hit the leaping Jermichael Finley for a touchdown. Packers win it 33-7. So the Packers head into the postseason with an 11-5 record. Meanwhile, the Bears sweep the Lions for the 4th time in 5 years. Jay Cutler throws 4 touchdowns, no picks. Bears win it 37-23. Let's talk about that rematch between the Packers and the Cardinals. This game's going to be played on Sunday during the wild card weekend. Guys, how might it be different this second time around?
You know what, Coach? What really strikes me is that Green Bay's protecting their quarterback now, okay? The first 9 games of the year, Aaron Rodgers was sacked 41 times. Since then, only 9 times in 7 games. They're getting some of those offensive linemen back. And, Coach, I really believe that you got to give this kid a lot of credit because he got the tar beat out of him 9 weeks in a row, kept playing, kept looking down the field, took a lot of hits, and I think his teammates, I think he earned their respect.
Oh, there's no question about it because the big question for Aaron Rodgers was he going to last the whole season the way this guy was getting lit up? It was a rotating group there on the offensive line, but he never blinked. He stayed solid within the scheme, and now you're beginning to see with that increased protection, the tackle position's been firmed up. Going to Driver, going to Jennings, going to Jermichael Finley on the outside, and Ryan Grant, one of the better all-purpose backs in the league. They've got all the tools that they need.
I like the fact that the Green Bay Packers, their defense has gotten better in the second half of the season. Dom Capers obviously knows how to apply pressure, particularly to a stationary quarterback like Kurt Warner. But the coverage on the back end has been phenomenal. I think if the Cardinals are going to get into any trouble in terms of protecting the quarterback, that could spell for a long day.
Well, Kurt Warner, you look at work Kurt Warner here now in terms of him getting on a roll. That's the one thing you don't want to have happen.
Yep.
And you're exactly right. The Green Bay defense, if they can get off the stick early and put pressure on Kurt Warner. But if they let him get into any kind of rhythm, we've seen that before. And you know what? It's interesting. When Kurt Warner gets in rhythm, their defense gets into a rhythm. They can make it a long day. But if you can upset that, if you can get Matthews coming from the outside, if Woodson can get a pick early, then all of a sudden things go against them a little bit. But, guys, think about this now. This NFC, you're talking. Look at the quarterbacks in the NFC playoffs. Wow. 2 Hall of Famers. Right? Favre and Warner. And by the way, the other 4, Pro Bowlers, right? Breeze. Right. Aaron Rodgers has been to a Pro Bowl. Donovan McNabb, Tony Romo. This is an incredible playoff field in the NFC.
This Green Bay Packer offense is loaded because they're the only team in NFL history to have a 4,000-yard passer, a 1,200-yard rusher, and 2 wide receivers with over 1,000 yards catching the ball. And then they have 2 other guys, plus the tight end, Jermichael Finley, who can put up monster numbers. You can't double one guy because the other guy will crease you, Mike.
You're exactly right. I like both of your points. The thing I don't want to do is repeat the mistake I made a year ago, which was underestimating Arizona.
Yeah.
And they came out of nowhere, and I thought, oh, Philly's going to kill them the week before. This team, to my surprise, I think they're held together by what you said about Kurt Warner. And you talk about guys get rid of the football quickly, and you talk about that pressure you had, Sally, with Green Bay and Dom Capers and what they're able to do with Woodson and with Raji and with Clay Matthews. They're creating pressure, but he gets rid of the ball so quickly. And think about his receivers. Bolden, Fitzgerald, Breaston.
They're battle-tested also as a football team.
They really are. So last year, I really, I was wrong on them, and I don't want to I think Green Bay's going to win the football game, but I don't want to make the mistake
So you're taking Green Bay, Coach? What do you think?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Green Bay, too, but I'm going to be real nervous about it.